Hey, welcome back to the channel. Dylan here, Space Cadet Crypto, and I'm here to bring you the latest in cryptocurrency news and charts, technical analysis. And today we're going to be looking at CHILIZ. And I haven't talked about CHILIZ in a bit, but since we talked about it a couple days ago, last week, I think it was trading around 55 cents, 54 cents, and we're trading in this upper area here of this falling wedge that has been consolidating in since March 12th. So for about 2 months already, we've been consolidating this wedge, and we have yet to see a breakout. We have gotten close many times here. So if you're interested in all the latest news for these altcoins and the latest price action, don't forget to click like and subscribe to the channel for the latest alerts. But let's get right into the charts here. We already looked at how it's making this falling wedge pattern for CHILIZ, and has found support here at this 49-cent to 50-cent range. And if we just look back here in the past, let's just look, it was trading at 3 cents. It was trading at 4 cents here towards the end of February. Mind you that this was at the time that Bitcoin was having a big dump from previous highs on, I think it was February 14th or 15th or 19th, something like that. It has since dropped, and then we just saw CHILIZ, a top altcoin contender here, just make a huge move to the upside. I think it was around 2,000% increase. Crazy move, almost to $1 here. And we have yet to see that monumental rise yet again. But remember, falling wedge patterns, their price target is always the top of the wedge. And where did we see the top of the wedge? 94 cents. So that is something that we want to be on the lookout for. But let's take a deeper dive in this chart. This is the daily chart, by the way. If we zoom in a little bit more, we can see that the price has been fluctuating between my two boxes here, these three boxes. This resistance box here at 59 cents to 60 cents, which is like a psychological level. Remember, we have nice round numbers like zeros. If we see a bunch of zeros, like 60 cents, that's going to be a huge psychological resistance. So we saw a nice wick to the upside. Price cannot hold above that level. We came right back down here to test these lower ranges here, these lower levels. And we found some support here at 49 cents, 50 cents. There you go, another psychological area where we see a lot of supply and demand coming in here. And then we see our lower levels here at the 37 to 38 cent region here, down to 33. And when we saw our last Bitcoin dump recently, a couple weeks ago in the middle of April, we did see price here about to break out for this trade here. We're breaking out, but then we found continual price action to the downside, and we found CHILIZ coming in here at 33 cents, which is crazy. But we found nice support here on the golden pocket Fibonacci retracement level here between 35 and 38 cents. So we just saw a wick to the downside, and we saw a huge move to the upside because we saw a lot of demand for that price range in this area here. That's why we have our support box here in this area. So now we've just been kind of bouncing between these different zones, and I drew a fib retracement level here from the very low down here at the beginning or the end of February down to the end of its run at 94 cents, and we see these Fibonacci retracement levels here coming into play. We see our 0.5 level being held at the moment at 0.48 cents. At 48 cents, we see some nice price action bounces here, but we do see how that we're hugging this resistance very closely this last couple days. Still on the daily chart here, that we have not been able to place a candle above this zone. We just been having some slight wicks, and here's some indecision candle and just wicks to the upside, but nothing that has closed above this descending resistance line for CHILIZ just yet. So let's look on a lower time frame, the 4 hourly. Same thing here. We have seen nothing but just price action just touching this area. We saw a slight dump here, but we found support, like I said again, at that 50 cent region, psychological level of support. And we do see just a potential inverse head and shoulders here for CHILIZ right here. Let me just get my drawing tool out. So we see our first shoulder, our head, and then our second shoulder potentially coming here. If we do find this breakout to happen, we want to see a lot of volume come in, a lot of buying volume. We have yet seen some selling volume here, but we want to see a candle, a green candle for volume come into play once we break out of this resistance. So that's what we want to see here. Nice green candle up here. But so far we just had some slight sell pressure, not that much buying pressure here, but that is what's in the charts so far for CHILIZ. And also if we see here, we could potentially make a W pattern, a small W here. with the 53 cent as the neckline to potentially go up higher, retest this area of support, and break on through to our next resistance target at 60 cents for CHILIZ. If we do see a downside breakdown, our next price target for this would be here at 47 cents. Then our next price target would be at 43 cents, where we find some support here. We found trading in this area, right? Resistance here, support here, support here. But if we do manage to break that, we do find a lot, and I mean a lot of support at this golden pocket area. Also aligned, confluent with my support box here between the 35 to 38 cent range. So if it does fail to break out of this area, we could see a retest of this $37 range here, because we could be potentially making an M pattern here if we do break through this neckline down here. And the price target would be for this move, I'll take it from here, would be exactly right here at this area at 38 cents. So that is what it's looking like. It could be potentially an M pattern if we see continual dumpage with Bitcoin and we do not see any stabilization. But also, if you want to check out my other previous video, I'm talking about how Bitcoin could hit $70,000 by the end of May through a fractal that I found previously a couple months ago, showing the exact price movement of Bitcoin so far these last couple days. So I am sure it's fairly accurate in predicting the price of where Bitcoin can go towards the end of May. So if we see that dump happen, we do see a lot of support here, a lot of confluence with this 38 to $39 cent area of price. So that is what is in the charts for CHILIZ. Let's look at the EMA ribbon as well. Let me just take some of these drawings out. And we see here, we're just trading within this range. We just flipped a little bit bearish. We're trading underneath the EMA ribbon, but that is so far and not as reliable as it should be, because we want this fanning out of the EMA ribbon to see more accurate price predictions for where the price is going to be heading. Because once we see this fanning out occur, it is more acting towards resistance here. And then if we see this fanning out this way towards the top, we see it as acting as support if we're seeing the price above the EMA ribbon. But right now we're in the middle of flipping, so it's not very decisive in where the price is going to be, but we're still technically under the EMA ribbon. And that's what it's looking like on the 4-hourly. On the daily, let's take a look here. We are finding a lot of significant support on this broader range EMA ribbon. We're just touching the middle point here. I think this is the 45 or yeah, 45 moving average line here. So we are seeing a lot of price just hugging this resistance here. So we are looking for a major breakout. If we do manage to break this out, we also see a potential huge W pattern right here, where if we take a look, let's take away this EMA ribbon real quick. We see our first bottom right here, our lower low, and then we could potentially see our higher low. If this resistance box manages to hold, we have our higher low here, and our neckline would be at this 55 cent region here to make a huge move to the upside. Let's see where that would be. I'll be conservative and just use this side of the W pattern breakout, and we could see a 65 cent CHILIZ in the near future here towards the end of May as well. So be on the lookout for this. If we find a confirmed retest of this falling wedge, we could see the potential price target being, remember, the top of the wedge at 94 cents. So very exciting time so far. And if you bought the dip here when we had that Bitcoin dump from our highs at $64,000 down here to our lows of $47,000, we saw CHILIZ go down here to 33 cents. And so far it has, even if you take account, it went back up to 61 cents. That's oops, I'm using the fib retracement level, I'm sorry. Okay, so if we come back out here, we measure this move to the upside. Just within, was it 6 days, we saw an 89% increase in CHILIZ. So it shows the strength in CHILIZ price here and the momentum that people are buying and selling this altcoin, and people are believing in this. We are seeing a lot of price action happening for CHILIZ at the moment, but if we do have that retest of the breakout, price targets would be at this top of this resistance level at 60 cents to our W pattern breakout at 65 cents, and ultimately testing this upper right here, this upper level, if we get into this range at 72 to 73 cents. So a lot of potential for CHILIZ to make a huge move to the upside. That is it for this video. Thank you for sticking to the very end here. Actually, let's take a look at CHILIZ compared to BTC also, and we're seeing kind of the same thing happening, the same falling wedge pattern here. Let's just move it a little bit more like this. Still hugging that neckline, and it's still looking bullish here because falling wedges, as you know, are bullish patterns. So we do expect the breakout here to happen any moment. We just have to keep an eye out for our confirm of that breakout. But that is it for this video. Like I said, if you are new to the channel and you want to have more updates on CHILIZ or crypto.com or Cardano, Ethereum, Binance Coin, all the major coins that are having big moves right now, or the ones that are not having big moves and they're just consolidating, that is the best time to buy. And I'm going to be making videos updating you on all the price action every day. So that is it for this video. Thank you for subscribing and watching and liking the video. Peace out.